Alright, well, welcome back to Elite Physiques. This is Mike Hill. Today we're going to be going over our standard back routine day. Start with some warm-ups here. We're going to do some straight-legged deadlift, some bent-over rows, going with some lightweight here. Just trying to get everything warmed up. And as usual, we've already worked out the core a bit, just to get a light sweat going. Then we're doing some bent-over shrugs here. This is a pretty standard warm-up. We'll lead right into some more serious shrugs. Our shrugs are always a three-step process. We really engage the lats, and we'll talk about that more when we get further into it here. But now we're to the deadlifts with 225. These are straight-legged deadlifts. Fine, they give me a lot better hamstring and glute activation. And again, before we set the bar down, let's warm up those traps just a little bit more. Transitioning right into 315. Some serious work going here. This is about as high as we can go. We start using the cambered bar now and doing rows with it. Allow us to pull a little bit further, and our shrugs are done with it, just because it gives us a better arm position and able to stay a little more upright and get the traps more engaged. So here we are warming up. More of those rows, going with that three-step process, really flaring those lats right here at step 2 and keeping them flared all the way to step 3. Went up to 225 pounds, a few more shrugs just to get a little more 3D effect to the trap. Get that nice and thick. Really keeping the form nice and tight here with the lighter weight, and really emphasizing each of the hold points. Trying to get a good feel for those lower traps and get a good squeeze right through them. We also alternate the grip each time. We started with an overhand grip or a pronated grip. Then we alternate to the supinated grip. We only do this with the lighter weights. So it gets a little bit hard to handle with the heavier weights. Can really put some stress on the bicep and the elbow as you go along. But here we are again, pronated with 315. Still getting some good action out of it, getting a little pump into the traps. Now we've moved up to 405 and the pronated grip. We'll stick with the rest of the routine here as we go through. Still able to control the weight well. As we get heavier and heavier, of course, the range of motion becomes less, and we're not able to hold it quite as well, but that's not going to stop us from going ahead and working with the heavier weight and eventually getting to the point where we can handle even the heavier weights this well. So a little heavier now, as you can see, we're just doing a two-step process. Nice good stretch at the bottom, pulling back just a little bit at the top. Basically all we can do. Then we shifted to behind the back here, again with the cambered bar, and we keep the shoulders back as much as we can, lift as high as we can. Again, behind the back, we'll finish out this series every bit of it behind the back. Again with the overhand grip, as we'll start stepping the weight down as we go. Just doing a pyramid routine here with pyramid up in front, pyramid down in the back. And as the weight gets lighter, of course, our range of motion gets better and our ability to flex or hold each of those positions longer is emphasized, and really want to try and get as big a squeeze as we can. So here we are, 405 on our final set. Below there is just a little too easy to hold. That's challenging. Now that we've worked the upper traps pretty well, we're going to shift over to the nebula machine here at our gym. We don't have a T-bar row, but we do have the nebula. It gives us a good chance to work those lats. Really need to emphasize the point that you need to keep those lats flared the whole time, or you're really not working them. And try to minimize the amount of bicep you use doing this pull. Really looking for that shoulder movement. Here I am mimicking the move, trying to help my muscles get a little memory there on what the motion is we're trying to do, and keep those lats engaged as much as possible. And of course, the lower traps are doing a lot of work here. There's a lot of overlap between the lats and the traps in this movement. We started with the wide grip, emphasizing the lats more. Now we go to this narrow grip. Really works down the spine a bit more, really focuses on that lower narrow head on the traps. Really enjoyable, and we go up on weight with those as well. In between sets, we said we were doing pull-ups in between. That's my sign and workout partner there. And this really helps us keep the focus on the lats, really keep that burn going, and helps you emphasize it when you get on the actual lat pull machines. And of course, here we add the dip belt and add a little bit of weight to make the pull-up even a better exercise, and add a little bit of overload here to get a little more growth. Transitioning to the hammer strength, 90-degree lat pull machine. Really emphasizing again that squeeze in the back, trying to emphasize the lower traps again, trying to keep those lats flared along the way. Start here with a wide grip, high up wide, and with the seat high, and transition to a lower seat position and a closer grip, working our way down that series of traps. Doing several sets in each position, going up in weight until we eventually get where all we can do is just really straight on shrug the weight, but still get plenty of emphasis on the back. Today I added some dumbbell rows into the process. I do these a little differently than some folks like to keep my arms straight. I find that my back can lift a lot more than my biceps can, and it helps me focus on keeping the lats and the traps flared and flexing the whole way. So you can do it with the standard row with a lighter weight, but I prefer to go heavy and really overload the back. With the lat pulls, cable lat pulls, going with a lightweight here just to warm up. We missed our heavy loads today. I had a person here got distracted with some questions and such, so we'll just talk here to these, but you'll notice the weight's kind of light. You do get a lot heavier and you just shrug with the heavy weight. But with these, you really want to emphasize keeping those elbows just slightly ahead of the shoulder, really squeezing those lats, trying to get a good stretch at the top, and then a nice good flex at the bottom, squeezing as hard as you can, and of course keeping those traps working as we go. And for final burnout, we're going to finish off today's workout with some relatively light lat trap pulls. Just trying to do some burnout sets here, raising and lowering the weight as necessary to just get the maximum amount of work we can. Here in the future we'll go through some of these routines more in depth, talk a lot more about form and such as that. But I hope you like today's workout. Special thanks to my son and wife for working with me on this one. Nice quiet Sunday in the gym. It's a good day for some filming. So again, thank you. Hope you enjoyed watching. Hope to see you again soon.
That's it?
I'm tired. Bored.